Okay, I wanted to invite you to the Journey in the Guide, the next course that I'll be running with Dianata and Gauravati. It's based on a book that I wrote called The Journey in the Guide. Probably the best way to think about this course is, for all of us, the big issue in life is, what do we do about suffering? There is so much suffering in our own life, and there's so much suffering in life around us. What do we actually do about it? What will help? One of the things we definitely know is we can make our suffering worse. We know that we can't always make it better, but we can definitely make it worse. We can make it worse particularly with how we respond to our suffering in our mind. But this question of suffering and how we do it is absolutely central to what we mean by Buddhism. Buddhism is about suffering and the end of suffering, taking on the burden of suffering and responding to it in such a way as not only to lessen the suffering, but to discover meaning, value. I wanted to say happiness, but I'm not so keen on happiness nowadays. I'd just say meaning and value, something that's worth suffering for almost, or something that your suffering can be in the context of. So this is an 8-week course, it's an experiential course, so we're going to be every week saying, here's how you might practice next week, come back next week and tell us how it went. So we're going to be exploring the whole Buddhist path, which is a path from suffering to no suffering, to Buddhahood really. We're going to be trying to explore that path, but we're particularly going to be trying to find out how are you going to practice that path for 8 weeks. So if you're on the urban retreat, for instance, just finished just now, it'd be a great next step, because it's like extending the urban retreat for the next 8 weeks. So it'd be a great next step, and that will lead you to the winter retreat, which is what I'd really recommend. So starts on October the 17th, 7:30, myself, Gauravati and Dianata leading it. Really it's a question of you and your suffering, how are you going to alleviate it? Let's spend 8 weeks on that, that's really worth it.